Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Spring has sprung here at George Finnie Stadium, and with it, the opportunity for a fantastic lacrosse game ahead of us. I'm JT Schroeder. I'm back in the booth tonight, casting for you all. BW, returning from their spring break tour and heading into their final non-conference matchup of the season. Unfortunately, the spring break tour away yielded 2 losses and no wins, so I'm sure returning to home, they'll be playing with a little bit of a chip on their shoulder. But before we break down more details about the whole home team and Yellow Jackets, what they're going to be up to tonight, let's take a look at the opponents who've come to town. The Adrian Bulldogs, sitting at 5-3. Hailing from the MIAA, that's the Michigan Intercollegiate Athletic Association Conference, and they're coming to with a unique team matchup. It's a team that's finished around 500 the last few seasons, but they're looking to improve this year and currently on the path to doing so at 5-3, as I mentioned before. Stats on this team at a quick glance, I haven't watched them play yet, but say that they're a very tactical team. They value the ball, they pass well. And they're going to look to try and tear apart defenses in a less traditional way. Not as much dodging, maybe moving the ball more. They're also spearheaded by a pretty good player we'll talk about. But a lot of passing, a lot of movement, and the stats back this up. They have a 92% clearing percentage. If we take a look and compare that to BW, our clearing percentage is at 75. So they're a team that knows how to pass the ball, to draw people, is comfortable with moving it in the air. They have nearly a 40% shooting percentage. Compare that to BW, who is nearly or around 30%. So almost a 10% difference there. You can see they're taking quality shots. And lastly, this one stands out, really screams to me on the page here I have in front of me. 81 total assists for Adrian this year. Compare that to BW with 47. So you can see this team likes to move the ball. So we'll be seeing a lot of that today likely. And if I commentate or jinx that and they end up not doing it, well, you can send me angry texts and tweets or whatever they're calling that nowadays. Now, let's take a look at BW and their keys to the game, what we want to see from them in order for them to get a win today, which I'm sure as Yellow Jackets fans, we are all looking forward to. First and foremost, they need to play down the stretch. The Yellow Jackets need to put together a full game. The last 2 games, they haven't been able to do that. If you look at the box scores, there's always a quarter that runs away from them one way or another. If they can put together a full game, they'll have success. When they don't, as you can see, unfortunately, that spring break tour, yielding 2 losses, one to Hampton-Sydney and the other to Mary Washington. Both close games, one being 1 goal, one being 5 goals. But consistency, that's what we're looking for today from this team. They're capable of it. We just need to see it. The second thing I want to see is good team defense. BW has yet to hold the team to single digits. If they can do this today, they will definitely get a win. But that takes a lot of focus and a lot of communication that we haven't yet seen. I'd love for them to put that together. It's good for morale. It locks down another team. It's very demoralizing for them. And over the long term, you know what they say. Offense wins games and defense wins championships. So let's see if BW can improve with defense today. Following up on that with defense, they need to lock down Michael Jonas. He's an attackman for Adrian who can shoot and assist. He has 29 goals and 20 assists on the season so far through 8 games. So he's the guy who's going to do a lot of their offense and a lot of the initiation. If we can get a pull on him like Pate or Peters, really shut down his range and what he has the ability to do, I think this offense will be looking for someone else to step up who might not be there. But only time will tell. The last key we have here is face-off percentage. BW coming in this game dead even on face-offs, maybe a little bit on the positive side, nearly at 51%, but Adrian at 40. So we can look to take a hold of a lot of possessions there at the face-off X and keep that away from an offense who, again, is pretty savvy and knows how to take smart shots. With that in mind, we have some fast-paced, awesome lacrosse action ahead of you. Starting shortly in about 6 minutes. We appreciate you guys. Make sure, get your drinks, get your popcorn, get your snacks. Sit down for what should be an awesome, sunny spring lacrosse game between your Baldwin Wallace Yellow Jackets and the Adrian Bulldogs. We will be right back with you when the game starts. The anthem has been played. The teams are ready to take the field. A couple things to note. Goalie for BW, AJ Schultz today. He's a sophomore from Mukwanago, Wisconsin. So keep that in mind, and a new keeper for BW today. Other than that, excited to see these two teams play. Some differing styles, I think, both offensively. Defense, again, hard to really speak to styles. Earlier, I'd mentioned that BW needs to really play more consistently down the stretch. And here's some stats to point that out. If you take a look at goals by quarter for BW, what really stands out is the second and fourth quarter. In the fourth quarter, BW has 23 goals, their opponents 31. In the second quarter, BW 19 goals, their opponents 26. The other two quarters, the first and the third, they're even. So something to keep in mind. Let's see if BW can stay even with this team through the first and the third, or during the first and the third. We'll have to pay attention to those second and fourth quarters where they've really shown their weakness. But now, teams taking the field. Excited to cast, excited to be here, excited to be back. Again, this is the final non-conference matchup for this season. So this Saturday, we will be playing Wilmington. That is our first OAC matchup. For those of you who wonder, non-conference, out of conference, what does that mean? Well, these games determine how we play and how we match up in our conference playoffs. We win those games, we go play some extra games in May. We lose those games, we're done. So, while this non-conference time is a good chance for players to really hone their skills, for the team to work together, to collab, to get a kind of a feeling, get some vibes going, the conference time is really when you focus in on getting those quality wins and showing to the conference and to people outside of it how good of a team you are. But now we are lined up. Vetter with a quick GB, takes it down. We have some fast break offense, doesn't pan out. Trout brings it back around. BW to get settled now. Allison with it. We'll get our offensive players on. That includes Geiselhart. He has the ball up top. Not much to be said so far about Adrian's defense. Notably has more turnovers than their opponents, which we would see from a team with a positive record. Mosier down the alley. Looks like they're set up in a traditional man. Goes for a twister shot. Crease is called, so a quick clear for Adrian, and they will take it up the field. Allison looking to push this man out. And that's number 11, I believe. Brandon Horoff. But now, Adrian. So, like I said, the stats say we have a team here that's patient, that's like to pass the ball and shoot well. And with a pipe, they do just that. And the ball almost rolling in off the rebound. So, quick shot. Keeper gets blocked. Easy goal. That will be the first one of the game. Unfortunately, a little antsy there on the clear from Schultz. And again, new starter might be looking to show off some stuff and has some nerves. They might be apparent there. But a quick and easy one-on-one with the keeper there. Unfortunately, the player to do that was probably the worst one with Michael Jonas, who, again, we've talked before, 29 goals, now that's 30, and 20 assists on the season so far for Adrian. So he's the man you want with the ball in a one-on-one with the keeper, no doubt. Vetter with the face, a trip call. It will be BW's ball. He's hobbling off the field. Let's hope he can make a quick recovery. Looks like he's transitioned to putting some more weight on that. And that's a good sign. BW back in offense. Looks like Adrian on that transition held guys for a lot longer than BW did. So it looks like we may have ended up subbing a guy too early. So we'll see. They may be more comfortable playing two ways. And what I mean by that is you'll see these defensive middies, both 11 and 20 for Adrian, go and play some offense. Whereas we want to get our offensive guys off the field and sub on our defensive players, namely middies. They might be more comfortable playing. So we'll see what happens. Trout, who's been our best scorer and our best passer so far this season, looking to match up. Again, a really rare player. Posts up a lot on poles. People don't see that often. Allison using that pick. Up to Lopez. Across to the middle. He's looking to feed. Nothing there. Might have to be careful. The sun is on this side. Could be have to feed. Geiselhart with a shot. An easy save, an easy out. Adrian is up the field, uncontested right now. Allison trying to get there. BW, I'd like to see him use their ride better. You can see Adrian sending a short stick down to pick up the ball. That's a really traditional and simple way to keep that clear easy. Probably why they have a 92% clear percentage. Pate getting caught behind. Now Adrian in settled offense, looking to sub one more on. And here we are, even. Fox matched up against Edwards. Ball goes to the back. Not sure what formation Adrian is set up in. Looks like they're figuring that out. Looks like might be a 1-3-2. Either that or they're rocking pairs. Another shot. Quick one from Edwards. Ball is out. Picked up by Peters. Excellent job. We don't want those rebounds. Flack with it for what should be an easy clear. No pressure from this Adrian team. We will get it across to our side. Score is 1-0 Adrian. Let's see what BW can do here offensively. Hoping for a goal. I'm sure you are too. And for those Adrian viewers and watchers, I'm trying my best not to be too biased, but I'm a former alumni. Hoover with the ball. A strong lefty. Dodges hard. Back up top here to Deniz. I might have to make sure I'm saying his name rightly. Deniz. Apologies. Deniz with the ball. They can get some movement. Good pick game. Shot from Allison. Bounces out. BW will have the ball. So far, I've liked this pick action. They've got some good looks from it. It was a little bit of a low angle shot, so maybe set that higher up so that Allison has some more options to shoot. But a good throwback. BW pick game has been their thing this year, and I'm liking it. Sheely to Hoover. Hoover to the middle. Shot. Good bouncer. Will not go. Good eyes so far. They're getting it to the right guys. We just need to start finishing on cage. Readied up with the elusive Trout at the back. Sheely to set a pick for him. They're trying to get him matched up with a short stick. He will reject that pick, go the other way. Do a shovel, but that shot will not go. Adrian has it and is looking to clear again. So far, the offense for BW has not been too shabby. We've had some good looks. We just need to finish. Again, this Adrian team will punish you on offense. Again, almost a 40% shooting percentage. So when they get it down, when they get it to their guys, they score. We need to stop that. Team defense so far for BW has been solid. Again, that transition goal, definitely miscommunication on the subbing there. But with only one goal on the board so far, not much can be said for that. Unfortunately now, BW with an extra man. So as you can see, talking about team defense, playing and communicating, being smart about it, we already have one transition goal and a costly flag here. Now, obviously, Adrian has yet to capitalize. So BW will have a free slide. Again, with 7 man on the field, we have one guy free. He's not guarding anyone because there shouldn't be a guy there. And he will now come off. BW will now set up with a man-down unit. Looks like you can see number 25, Ian Sheely, was on the field still. So my guess is Adrian using a lot of players who are staying in transition and not subbing off. That's going to be very difficult for BW as we have dedicated offensive players. So sending them down, covering. Generally, when you sub, you match feet. So you're going to find someone and go off with them and stay with them, because if you just run off, they're going to go down the field unguarded, and we don't want that. But now BW set up and man down. The ball is moving. Adrian with a shot goes wide. That shot from Jonas up at the top. A senior player, again, this arguably most skilled attackman on their team. Statistics sure back that up. Another shot, but an easy save. Schultz, I'm sure, happy to get some looks and start making saves early on. Always good, especially with a new start. Does a great job of pushing. Wow, great work, great catch. Way to pick that up and stick with it. That's Fox with the ball. And now BW, not even yet, looking to get subbed on the field. Looks like the penalty's released, but still don't have the numbers out there. And now we are all even. So another chance on the offense for BW. Mosier with the dodge down the alley. Setting up his man on the island. Gets it back to Trout for a pick. Pick does not get used. Now it does. See again the commentator's jinx. It's inevitable. Goes to goal. Will not go. I think 1-2 more steps there, and that's a good look. But So far, number 19 for Adrian, Cameron Reed, doing a good job making sure that Trout's hands are not free. He can't get those shots off. And Cameron Reed, a big boy, 6'5", 240 is he's listed. From Ontario, too, so he's got that ice-cold Canadian blood in him. Definitely proving his worth so far. Matching up well with Trout, shutting down his opportunities. Obviously, Trout getting hot and starting to score is a good thing. As the shot clock winds down, BW will take one. It won't go. And now, BW back on the ride. Adrian on the clear. An easy one for them. But perhaps the reason it was easy, they were offsides, had an extra man. So going back down to BW, looking to push a fast break. Trout, diving goal, 1-1, does what he does best. Slippery, elusive. They call it a goal. Again, gets across that line before he lands in the crease. Bang, bang, boom. It's all tied up. 1-1. 7 minutes, 47 seconds left in the first quarter. Slower game start than I expected, but maybe both teams aren't used to playing in such nice weather. I'm not too sure. Vetter matched up again. Number 45. Gino Capiccioni. Very Italian name. Had to look at the pronunciation list for that one just to make sure. But first face-off win for Adrian. A little bit of sloppy play. Ball's on the ground. BW hunting it down. Adrian will pick it up. Number 4 grabs it. Derek Hassel. And Adrian back up in offense. Fox climbing to match up. And a quick feed. Wow, some excellent stick work from Adrian. Passing is what we expected is from this team, and passing in that instance is what we got. Michael Jonas, again, their top scorer, getting the ball ahead of everyone else and finishing there. I'm going to keep an eye out for Adrian's team and see if they're consistent on how they run things. I'm wondering if they have really good set plays, and they're getting a lot of opportunities out of that via these assisted goals. We'll see, though. Could just be a savvy team. Back at the face-off X. Vetter will get it. Doing well this season. Really nice to see someone compete, be well at the face-off X. Possession is everything in lacrosse, and no doubt the face-off X shows that. 5 seconds left to get it across. 4, 3, 2, 1. And you can see BW feeling pressure, feeling rushed, but we pick it up. Fast break. No longer now. There was an opportunity. Mosier pushed it, but BW opting to be a little bit smarter about it and back it up, get into some settled offense. Goodman with a shot wide, using the pick well. Mosier rolling well out of that as well. BW set up in an offense where they have kind of a pairs up top. You'll see it's almost like a 4-1-1. And they use these pairs to set picks and really move and roll and play off each other. The dynamic so far has been really good. It's been fun to see, and it leads to a lot of miscommunication on defense. You can see there's been a number of times where players will both go to the guy with the ball. Forces that defense to really know what they're doing. So hopefully BW can yield some more goals out of that. Mosier matched up with the shorty at X, and boom. Great placement. Confident going against that short stick. Goal. That will be 2-2 now. Excellent work. Good placement on the shot. And you can see the bench getting up for that one. No doubt. Veteran Burke now back at face-off. And a procedure call. Looks like Vetter went early, so he will get off, and Adrian will pick up the ball. You can see Adrian now in a traditional 2-3-1. Looking to get that motion up top. I like BW's help defense so far. They've done a good job of that. And again, some good pressure from Peters, and it will be BW's ball. If we can keep doing that, it's going to be a good day on defense for us. Frankovic picks it up. A good pass. Looking to move something. Flag is thrown. Offsides on Adrian, it would appear. Ref counting now. And Adrian will send out its man-down unit. An attackman getting a little too aggressive, stepping over that line. Unfortunately, the ref was right there to see it, so he throws that flag. BW will now set in their man-up offense. So far this season, man-up opportunities, our conversion percentage is a whopping 52%. So pretty impressive. 50% of the time we're scoring off a man-up. We have good shooters with quick releases, Sheely being one of them, you can see. He tries, doesn't go, looks high, keeper sees high, an easy save in that matter. And now they look to ride. But Adrian sprinting. At some point in time, I've felt compelled to make a Yo Adrian statement. A little bit of Rocky reference there, but haven't found a use for it yet, and it might just be too tacky. So we'll stick with with just Adrian here. Hassel matched up in the corner with Matesic. Some good checks on hand, driving him away. Fox now. Send short stick on short stick matchup here at the back. Good patience, good drive, forcing him away. Staying on that back hip. A lot of players want to roll. And again, staying in those hands, making him uncomfortable. Sometimes it's not the big takeaway check. Sometimes it's just being there. That presence, that almost annoyance right in their hands. And another turnover from Adrian that I'm sure they'd want back. Wasn't any ridiculously complex or amazing play from BW. Just good, consistent approaches. Hoover looking to push the pace. Good adjustment. And now, up top. To the knees. Very shifty so far. Has used the pick game well. Oop, a little too shifty there. Falls, but was going to say able to recover the ball. Of course, again, commentators jinx. Good pressure, but Adrian will last it. Another good check. No one told him there was a guy behind him. Matesic on it. Denise, good tenacity, pursuing that. And unfortunately, a feed. Hassel to Jonas. Off the turnover. A sloppy little session there from BW, unfortunately. Not what we want to see. Multiple opportunities to pick up that ground ball, revert it, get it back to our offensive side. Does not happen. And the score is now 3-2, Adrian. So far, very, very even game. This will be an exciting one, guys. Stay tuned, is what I have to say. We have Zool lined up now at the face-off, but Adrian picks it up. Flack matched up against Burke. Burke looking to get it to X. And wow, good jam from Flack. Forces that out. Schultz looking to make a quick pass. Good communication here. An easy clear. Again, Flack matched up with an attackman. That attackman can't go across, but D-mid Flack can, and he does for an easy clear. Trout looking to push the pace. Gets a check to the helmet. Oh, and Flack almost with the opportunity. Stays and plays a little bit. Had the license to shoot there. Took it. Goes wide. But now BW back on man up. I'm not going to comment about how awesome their shooting percentage and their conversion percentage is anymore, because last time I said that, they did not convert. So numbers be darned is what I have to say. But back on man up there. Looks like some helmet contact. And again, sometimes, even if it's light, refs hear that noise, that clickety-clack, and they throw that flag. But boom, there we go. Again here, look, I didn't say anything and they scored, so I'll keep it up. Dodgen. That is his 18th goal of the season so far, and a good one at that. Great placement, time and room. Adrian needing to rotate to that a lot earlier. You'll see a lot of teams will take the ball to X on a man up. It can confuse a lot of teams. Do we play a guy behind with a man down? In that instance, when there's no pressure on him, it makes it easier to feed. Finds Dodgen, and Dodgen with an excellent shot. It's been nice to see him get back in the mix. I know back when we were playing Denison, I was talking about how it'd be nice to see him score in that game. Started getting some good goals off, and things were looking better for BW. Then we had that lightning delay. But a very, very good player. Of course, I'd say that about any one of these BW players, especially our attackman. Some good ball movement. Unfortunately, looking for the one more guy was pull on pull. We don't want to see that. Moser tries and grabs it, gets a little sloppy with it. Over and back. Over and back, I believe, was the call. But why it would stay BWs as a result is a little bit confusing to me. So, unfortunately, not reading the ref's rules here that well. I am left oh, looks like there's a penalty. What it was for, I'm not sure. New player in the box, though. May have been offsides. It looks like it's number 29 in the box. He's an attackman. BW again on man up. Will get the ball. That was touched by number 7, Van Ekeren. Again, look to these corners. Sheely and Dodgen, they're going to be your shooters. They're close. They're on that island. They're the closest spot. Quick feed to Geiselhart does not go. A little ambitious move. More likely to be successful, and the ball is being moved around, but doesn't happen there. Adrian with good looks up the field, gets a quick clear, even with the man down. They may have been released and even. And if all goes well for them, they will finish out the first quarter with the ball. And hey, here we go. Commentators jinx. Hinkson with a good pickup. Great takeaway check. 30 seconds left. BW pushing it, looking to score. You can see Peters, a defensive player, cutting all the way down in the crease, wants that ball back. He knows the chances for defensive players are few and far between to score. And as a former defensive player myself, I agree with that. I appreciate the tenacity. I respect the passion being able to get a goal. Sometimes defense, when you don't see numbers on the board go up, when you do things, it's a little bit underappreciated. So a timeout called, 18 seconds left, 3-3, 61 seconds on the shot clock, so that's not something to worry about for BW. You can see them splitting into two, so offense and defense. Offense likely talking about upset that they want to run, what they want to get, what look they want with 18 seconds left. And 3-3 is the score of this game. During this timeout, I'd love to take the opportunity to thank the University Hospital Duzinski Sports Medicine Institute. They are a proud official healthcare provider for BW Athletics and its student athletes. So the trainers, the people who are helping us out, keeping us healthy, making sure that we stretch, we eat well, we drink a lot of water. Big shout out to those guys. Injuries are terrible and never fun to have, so any preventative care and then any sort of care to get us back out on the field is stuff we greatly appreciate. So big shout out to them, especially for supporting us in tonight's contest. And both teams now looking to take the field again. 18 seconds left in the first quarter. An even matchup so far. The score would indicate that, but so would the level of play. So far, a really good game. Been enjoyable to watch. Good opportunities for both teams. You can see they're figuring each other out a little bit, trying to see where the weaknesses are, where the strengths are, getting comfortable and in their groove. And no doubt, much more of some good lacrosse to come. So keep watching, folks. Trout now on the wing, looking to set something up with him. Clock winding down. 10 seconds now. A quick feed to Allison. Won't be caught. And now Adrian just going to Gilman it, as they say. 1 second left. No go. End of the quarter. So the score, 3-3. BW getting some takeaways. Definitely would say they're winning out on the possession, but not by much. Would love to see some better shots. Aside from that, though, this game, it's been consistent back and forth. There isn't any particularly glaring weaknesses from either team so far. It's just been some consistent lacrosse. And again, BW keys to the game. I wish I had a graphic I could flash up here for you all. But play down the stretch. They're good in the first quarter. Again, if we take a look at their stats, in the first quarter, they're winning out. They've had 24 goals and opponents 23. Second quarter, big red flag. We need to take a look here. 19 goals to opponents 26. So, not sure if teams are making good adjustments against us, or we're getting tired, or something like that. But second quarter is usually a weak point for us, and we need it to not be, with 3-3 being the score today. Teams now taking the field again. Vetter back at the faceoff X. He's been doing well today. Couldn't give you stats on faceoff wins so far, but I know when he's been out there, it's been more likely to be BW's ball than not. Capiccioni out for Adrian. Vetter with a good clamp. We'll get that. Fast break. Shot off of the hand of the keeper or the stick. Quick goose out from oh wow. Shovel goal. Great work. I thought he was injured there. Psyched me out a little bit. I was a little worried. But quick shot from Dodgen. Picks up the rebound. Feeds it to Trout, who, very savvy player, looks up, looks to feed, says, wait a minute, I'm actually not feeding. I'm psyching you guys out. Goes right to goal. Shovel, score. So excellent work from him. His second of the night. Again, not untraditional to see him put up some very good numbers. And now the score is 3-4 BW. Nice to see a lot of players scoring across the board. Again, makes it a lot harder for teams to defend. Zool to face-off X. Gooses it. Working with Korber. Picks it up. Adrian's team releasing too early. Again, if neither team picks up the ball and a player goes across the 30, you'll see that blue line. That's not allowed. So BW in offense. Hoover to take it. Looking to feed. You'll see Trout no longer in the game. Looks like he's getting some water. He's been replaced by Grizovic, excuse me. And now, BW on offense, setting up. Sheely, driving, shooting, low, will bounce out and rebound. Players are fighting for it. Really appreciated the tenacity and riding from Denise so far. He's done a good job of, look at this, he's all over. He was on the keeper, now he's up at half field, now he's subbing for this pole. Great work from him. The ref not seeing the offsides from Dodgen. Adrian fans making sure They let the ref know that they saw it, but kind of a missed call right in front. Not sure what the stoppage is right here, but Adrian's ball. BW, untraditionally in this game so far, has not gotten as many turnovers or caused turnovers as I'd like to see from them in writing. They've been a good team. They in doing that, forcing players to get to the end lines and either turning it over or running out of bounds. Trout back in, but we're on defense. Tafe matched up. Shot goes out. Hassel will pick it up. You can see a pick coming on Matesic. Does his best to get over and around it, and does. Tafe, quick matchup here back. Again, shorty on shorty. We want to be ready to slide. Pate does that. And a good second help there. Great work from Hinkson. Comes down as the 2. Muddles it up. Gets in the way. Now a little bit of confusion on the clearing, but Peters will carry it across. Good conversation to stay on sides from both Geiselhart and Frankovic. Is it Frankovic? Yes, Frankovic. Frankovic and Grizovic. I got to keep that in mind. I want to go with Vich, but it's not Vich. So good to watch out for that. BW in offense. Good clear. Really good help. Again, team defense. That's checking the box of what we want so far. And wow. Boom. Lopez down the alley. Great bouncer. Takes it, runs with it. Shots on the run, deadly. And now BW up 2 goals, 5-3. Again, another unique goal scorer here. That will be his 3rd goal of the season, and a very welcome one indeed. Great placement, great time and room. You could see he was comfortable with that. And we're back to the face-off X. Vetter. Oh, I thought he was going early, but doesn't look like it. Looks like it will be BW's ball. So good work for him. Another win in us for the face-off X books. Lopez, who just scored, taking it up top. Looking to dodge, probing. You can see he's dodging, keeping his head up, positioning himself to see who's moving. We're doing a quick sub. Allison now down the alley, draws 2, looking to the middle, doesn't find anyone. And we're skipping it around for a redodge here. BW getting to that middle. You can see once they get to the middle, they're looking with their heads up. Who's there? Who can I pass it to? If not, they're going to go ahead and shoot. Dodge and does just that. Bounces off the post. Good shot, though. What will be a push in the back for Adrian. Again, contesting at that line. You want to keep it over, but can't get too close or you end up bumping a guy. Lopez with the ball. Looking to replicate what he just did. And boom, there we go. Another one for him. No bouncer this time, but it will go. Some great heat, some time and room, and he takes it. Excellent work so far. Getting right down to that island. You can see that 15-yard line. There's a hash right there. That spot is money for shooting. And Lopez taking it to the bank and cashing it. Score now has jumped to 6-3. BW up and ahead. 2 for Trout, 2 for Lopez, 1 for Mosher, and 1 for Dodgen. Vetter with the face-off win. Been solid so far. Getting it out to Fox. Getting it to Hinkson. Back to Trout. And BW will sub and get into their settled offense. The dodging so far from BW has been mostly for initiation. The other person who's really got a ton of value out of it so far is Lopez, but we've been moving the ball a lot and getting some good shots. Denise getting it to Sheely. Soaks the pick. Shot from Sheely goes wide. And a strong player from Denise. he is winning so far. If there's a hustle and grit award, we all know grit wears gold. He's getting that jacket today. His determination on the riding, he soaks that hit right there. I'm loving it. I'm eating up that energy from him. Getting out this man-up unit that is, well, we're not going to talk about percentages again, but has done well. Again, it's not fun to sit there and see a defensive player running right at you. He holds his feet. Big energy from him. Wow. Shout out from Dodgen. Reset for us. BW still on man up. Oh, a quick feed. And the quick stick doesn't go. Dodgen with the GB. Looks to shoot, but pops out. And it looks like, not sure what the call was there. May have been a push, but Adrian will pick it up and push the pace here. Mosier, again, an offensive player, is found matched up with number 20, Risto. Peters now on the ball. Matched up with Michael Jonas, again. A player from Adrian who's had a lion's share of their goals and assists. Free slide for BW. Penalty has not yet been released. Still a man in the box, so we have some extra help. You can see Adrian still trying to look, still searching for a goal. Shot, Schultz sees it, picks it up, good look from him. A quick clear to Pate, who gets up the field, pushes the pace. BW could be in transition, but we decided to slow it up. I think that's a smart move there. Get our subs, get our offensive guys on, see what they can do. You can see Frankovic dodging. Now to Kuhnman. Up top to Lopez with 2. He's been real comfortable on this side, dodging down the left with his right. I think that Adrian's noticed that. You can see they're pulling him. Sheely probing with the rollback. Rollback is always threatening. A little mishandle from Lopez, but good man ball. Some yelling on whether or not that was a moving screen. Unfortunately, a man ball situation. I hate to correct the fan who's doing that, but man ball situation, as long as you aren't hitting him after the ball's been picked up, that's perfectly legal. And Sheely with some good play there. On the run, wow. Kuhnman gets barely above top side, rips it, finds the back of the net. Good bouncer. Seems like bouncers have had success so far, so we'll see if they keep using that, keep getting those, but excellent work through contact as well. That's a goal of someone shooting with a lot of confidence, and that's a good sign for BW and their offense. And now, BW on a 4-goal run. Adrian makes a smart move, calls a timeout to get all their ducks in a row, or in this case, Bulldogs in a row, to see if they can stop BW and a team that is absolutely buzzing in this second quarter. A quarter, mind you, as we've said before, that is not traditionally where they have outscored their opponents. So with that trend in mind, BW defying their statistics poses a good sign for the outcome of this game so far. With this timeout, of course, we'd like to let you guys know that tonight's Yellow Jacket match is being brought to you by BSN Sports and Nike. They're the official apparel and uniform provider for the Yellow Jacket Athletics. So these wonderful white jerseys you see out here today, provided by them. Big thanks to those guys who are keeping us looking spiffy for all our competitions. And you're listening to Yellow Jacket Lacrosse on bwyellowjackets.com. Again, I'm your host, JT Schroeder, back in the booth after some time away. BW not had a home game recently, and my schedule doing its best to usurp the fun I have up here. But today I said no way. So I'm back here with all you folks, and it's great to be here. Vetter back up against Capiccioni. A battle we've seen many times so far in this game. Gone the Yellow Jackets' way more times than not. I've been impressed with Vetter's speed. That whistle blows, and he is right on that ball. Fast break looking. Trout with a shot. A little ambitious, a little low angle. Ball squeaks out, but Trout, in his savviness, finds the keeper. Sheely goes, not Sheely, excuse me. Fox. I saw 5, and I thought, that's Sheely, but nope, that's Fox. With a quick release shot, Trout matching up, going up against Cameron Reed. Again, a big guy, 6'5", 240. Some size you don't see even at college, and he's been doing well. So Mosier with it. Now to Kuhnman. A short stick matchup here. Gets to the middle. Looks to feed. Backs out. BW this season really improving on redodging. Mosier. Boom. Over the top. An ambidextrous player. And he collects. His second for the day. That makes it his 6th on the season. He is feeling it. An excellent shot. Again, another one that could be qualified as a bouncer. Good work from him. It's nice to see him dodging, getting to the middle of the field, and ripping one. So BW now up 8-3 on a game that was tied in the first quarter. Vetter again showing the speed, pushing the pace, looking to move it. Allison shot, saved by the keeper. Gets low. That's number 23, Spangler, Sam Spangler. He's had some good saves today, but when BW's had as many opportunities as they have, you can see the scoreboard is now 8. Korver with a trip, gets back to his feet, makes contact. That's number 11, Brennan Horoff shooting through it, and he will stay in play. Adrian now in their settled offense. Oh, a quick miscommunication there. 42, Devin Ambrose gets a slide, but a little late and right on top of him, so they interact with each other. Pate now with the ground ball. Schultz looking to get open for him. Frankovic finds Peters. Peters to Korber. BW with a good clear. Clears are oftentimes just drawing a guy and then moving the ball to the open man. A flag is thrown because Adrian is offsides. So 1-2. Um, looks like we're having some technical difficulties, so despite that, I will keep on talking. Let's see if we end up getting through to the webs. Um, so keep in mind if you're having any issues on our screen, we're having some Wi-Fi troubles, so appreciate your patience in that. But the teams are now taking the field for the second half. No big notes, nothing big outstanding for both teams. I think, again, if you're Adrian, you really just need to get more possession, whether that be ground balls, whether that be shutting down BW on offense. BW has had a lot of opportunities there. If you're BW, I'd like just to see keep doing what you're doing. Clean up the spacing on the clears a little bit, like I mentioned before. Make sure that there's no miscommunications on defense. That seems like it was largely a thing of the past. In reference to a couple of that early sessions early opportunities where they let a guy go, but nonetheless, Vetter at the faceoff again. Done good so far. We'll miss the GB on that one. Ball is up. Hingston sprinting to pick it up and does. Looks to get it down the field. Wow. And a move that puts the defender on some skates despite the warm spring weather. A little bit shifty. I don't know, fantastic highlight reel. Hopefully there's a cameraman down there getting a video of that. We'll see that on some sort of lacrosse page, I'm sure. But gets it to BW's offense. Set up back. Looking to score. Lopez with 2 has the ball down the alley. Good spacing. Earlier I talked about BW's good abilities over to bounce away, to redodge, be comfortable with that. Trout looking to shoot. Reed staying with him. Will not go. An easy save for keeper Adrian. And now, ball is on the other half of the field. A shot. Wow. With heat from our pole. Cameron Reed. Big guy. Throwing it. And Peters taking the shot well. Looks like the back of the head, but stays upright, continues playing. We all know he's a trooper, very tough guy, so he will stay out. He should probably get that helmet checked, but despite that, BW on defense now, climbing, Flack with it. Oh, and a good chance from Kuhnman. Again, that's an offensive player, but staying on defense, reaching out there, trying to get a hand on the ball, and ended up disrupting that pass from Adrian. Great work for a player who normally wouldn't be on that side of the ball. And his reward, he will get to go and play offense. A quick pass to Allison. Good eyes from the keeper. A simple use of space, and BW's now on offense. Geiselhart picking it up. Has had some opportunities yet, but has not had one go in the back of the net. So I'm sure he's angsty, looking to get one there. Getting some heavy checks from 43, Messel. It will not go. Mosier with it. Had a left-hand goal earlier. We're sure again. Doesn't go. Left-handed goal earlier, I meant to say. Should have brought some water. My tongue is getting a little tied, but Trout at the back, matched up against Reed. Pick game from Mosier. Doesn't get used. Now does get used. Now doesn't get used. Working to play off that. Some good checks from Reed. An attempt at a double. Trout trying to run. Ball on the ground. Again, Reed, a big fella. 6'5", 240. Not some size you see. Allison with a hip check. And great work from him. Some fans up in arms. Some fans up in support. Overall, a very vocal group beneath me here. Cheering and jeering. But it will stay BW's ball with a great ride from Allison there. A little feed. Allison holds on to it despite a pretty tough check there from Messel. Ball up top. Need BW to settle this down again. Getting wide. Here Mosier. Had a goal with his left hand earlier across the middle. Trying to replicate, but now will throw forward. Dodging. Head up. Looking. Kuhnman with it now. A short matchup. Looking to get topside. Had a very low-angle goal similar to that earlier off a bouncer. He'll get even more topside. Look to feed to Allison. Allison has done a good job slipping picks and will take a very nasty hit from behind there. From Carithers. And now it will stay BW's ball as a result. Allison, last two offensive possessions here, has slipped his guy, has been shuffling around the crease, has been very, very, very good. I'm sure they'll find him soon. Mosier with a shot low, doesn't go. Keeper sees it all the way. A quick clear to Horoff, who will take it down the alley, or down the sideline there, to initiate some offense. Matesic splitting two there, but now we're picked up, all even. Adrian getting their offensive players. A flag is thrown. BW, too many men on the field. The complication has been that a lot of Adrian's players are staying. They're playing offense. You got Horoff here and 19 as well. So great save there, but all for naught, unfortunately, because BW has too many men on the field. Need a little bit more awareness here from the box. Taking a look at who's on the field. It's, again, Adrian so far, that's not traditional to have defensive players come and stay and play a little bit, come down the field and stay and play, but they do, and BW has made some errors as a result of that. So Adrian's first real offensive possession of this third quarter. If we look at third quarter statistics, BW leads by 1 goal in all third quarters against opponents. Man down unit for Adrian doesn't convert, but then does. A quick rebound. A worm burner skipping across. I'm sure Schultz will want that one back. He saw it, but a little bit too much heat. Jake Coakley with the goal. That will be the 5th for Adrian. And again, consistency, consistency, consistency. Just as in real estate, location, 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 so be it in sports. Consistency, consistency, consistency. BW making a costly error there that leads to points on the board for their opponent. And not something we want to see as a trend. Vetter with the ground ball. Getting it back to Matesic. Finds Schultz. Schultz looking up. An excellent find. Very comfortable throwing that long ball, and that will make a lot of teams frustrated, especially when they ride hard. Vetter's awareness on ground balls is something I appreciate off the faceoff. Very comfortable throwing back. Sometimes players can say, well, I'm going the wrong way if I'm throwing behind, but perfectly comfortable trusting his guys, knowing that they'll make the clear, they'll assist, they'll get it done, and they do. Denise down the alley, rolling, looking. Now Hoover, dodging with some aggression here, a left-handed player. Soaks some contact, but passes the ball off. A pick coming. No roll out of it. Sheely looking. Doing a good job of seeing that second guy coming. Hoover throwing through. Ball is disrupted. On the ground. BW swarming, pun intended, the ball, but yields no results. So Adrian to clear now. Number 11, Brandon Horoff for this Adrian team has been a part of pretty much every single clear they have. You can see he stays and plays offense too. So Denise matched up on him, another offensive player, will have to sort himself out and be comfortable staying down and playing defense as well. But Horoff, oftentimes getting down to the goalie, picking up that ball and being comfortable running it out. Hassel now. Hassel up to Jonas. Jonas now with a short stick matchup. They're going to want to slide early. Not only is this a shorty, this is an offensive player. Denise with him. Jams him well. A surprise. Pate now on it. Looking to get a turnover. Jammed two. And it's a ground ball battle. Players fighting. It's getting gritty. Hits are being made and a flag thrown. On which team, only time will tell. And unfortunately, time has now told. Peters will sit in the box. Looks like a little bit of some extracurricular activities there. The ball went past, but the players kept playing. Fans also talking about that one as well. What they say, I dare not repeat on the interwebs, but nonetheless, BW a man down. Adrian up, and you can feel it. There's a tangible change of momentum here in this third quarter. Adrian leads this third quarter in goals, 1-0, which is not much, but can be said that they're controlling a lot of the pace of play and how this game is being played right now. So, BW, again, needs to change it, to turn it around. And nothing like a good man down stop to do that. Players and referees, coaches currently deliberating. Again, when games get chippy, refs get a little nervous. Don't ever want to leave something out of the hands or get out of control. We don't want to see any bench clearing fights. We don't want to see anybody getting hurt. I'm sure there's some people out there who would disagree with me, but for the sake of honoring, loving, and respecting the game, we shall remain tough, fair, and legitimate competitors. Looks like the penalty is on both players now. 2 players, so Horoff and Peters, both unreleasable, judging by the ref's clasping of the hands. So a unique instance here where we have a 5-on-5 matchup. And Adrian not capitalizing on the fact they started with possession. Fox will pick it up, look to quick clear. Looking at Flack, who comes down. He will pick it up. A clean, swift, quick clear from BW. You can see some frustration from Adrian, hoping they got more out of the possession than they actually did. But BW now getting their offensive players on the field, looking to get a goal here and really change the rhythm of this third quarter. While they may be up, they haven't done much to build that lead, and I'd really like to see more of that. Mosier with it, a nice little probe dodge, getting it to X. Trout looking up, looking to feed. Allison, love to see a goal from him, and we get one. Boom, his first of the night, and a great dodge. Again, BW getting to the middle time and time again. That is brutal for a defense. You may be wondering, what happens? What's the difference between getting to the middle versus getting down the alley? If you beat someone down the alley, with every step you take, your angle towards the goal gets smaller and smaller. So by the time you're into a place where, let's say, you've beat your guy, that shot might be a tough one. It's not the same when you get to the middle. As you get to the middle, your angle is increasing exponentially, probably linearly, actually, but let's not get into the math of it. It's increasing, and so is your opportunity to see players who might be cutting for you. And that's why it's difficult, and that's why we want to deny the middle. Adrian with the face-off win, not traditional for this game so far. They're looking to pull it out, get some settled offense. I'd love to see them sub some of these players early, get their true offensive players out. Again, stats say that this team can move the ball well. We've seen flashes of it, but we haven't seen the whole picture. If they want to start chipping away at this lead, they're going to need to get guys who can move the ball, who can score well. And we have yet to see that. A new defensive player out on the field, Tremel Duncan, playing back at X. You can see his photo was featured in BW Lacrosse Instagram's announcement of this game. But all BW defensive players, sharp, capable players, excited to see what he does. A matchup at X means he'll probably get some dodges, so it'll be fun to see what he can do. Some good help. Wow. And a low-angle shot that wasn't expected by anyone except the man who took it. Winiger with it. Not a shot you expect to see too often from a player, low and down the alley, but takes it and scores. I'm sure BW and all the defensive players hoping they could have that one back. Peter's now back in. We are all even. No more penalty for any sort of conduct activities. We are back to the face-off X. Inside report tells me a great save by Schultz before I was about to Woj bomb and give you some information, but inside details tell me that some of the roster changes we're seeing today could be a result of a flu that's being passed around among players. So make sure you're washing your hands, guys. Make sure you're blowing your nose, staying away from everyone, and get better quick. But some players being afflicted with that. Why we might see some different folks in different positions today. But despite all that, BW's players, no matter who they are, shining bright, have stepped up to the challenge so far. We love to see that. Mosier with an aggressive dodge. Drawing a guy. Pick doesn't get used. Trout looking to dodge. Reed has been very patient with him so far, and as a result, been easy for him to lock it down. Kuhnman down the alley. 2X with the shorty. Looking to dodge. Gets topside. Shot. Ricochets. A crease call. Likely on Allison. So Adrian's ball. Again, rare for me to say this, but Trout, an integral part of the offense. 2 goals. So it's not like he isn't scoring, but definitely not scoring as much as he has been in games past. And I think Reed's doing a good job of that. And wow, a quick transition goal from number 6, Austin Selvage. Again, we can see how quick this game can change. Lacrosse, a game of runs. Adrian now within 4. The third quarter has been theirs from top to bottom. BW with 1, and they've had 3, if my math is correct. So an impressive pass. We know this team can feed. They're demonstrating it in this third quarter so far. BW cleaning up some of this transition. Again, we've talked about it. Adrian has players that stay. Those offensive guys, they'll have to stay too. Procedure call. Not sure what for, but it will be BW's ball. Flack to pick it up. Get it to offensive players. We'll need a goal here. The challenge for BW's defense today, I've been saying it since the start of the game, I want to see single digits for their opponents at the end of this game. Now that's just 2 more goals that they can allow. So might be a tall order, but with 5 minutes left in the third quarter and then a whole nother quarter up, it's doable, especially if we possess. But I think that's a challenge for them today. I think that would give them a lot of confidence. Getting scored on is never fun, especially getting scored on a lot. But keeping it to single digits, something that in lacrosse pretty much guarantees a win. Hoover moving it to Holcomb. Holcomb looking to shoot. And wow, hits the pipe, bounces out. Allison with it. Great placement from Holcomb. Doesn't go, but BW there for the rebound. Now 12-7. Back up at the face-off X now. Better matched up against Capiccioni. Fox picks up the ball. Gets it to Korber. BW back on offense. Possession is key. If we hold possession, single digits for our defense. And again, that's a goal that I'd like to see from them. Good work from Lopez and Geiselhart. Getting a guy caught. A shot outside the net. Trout to pick it up. A reset called. Lopez with it. Had a goal in this spot last time. Shoots right. Bounces away. Good movement from him. Now time to bounce out and reset. Smart play so far. BW knowing when their dodgers have lost momentum and when to move the ball. Something that I can't say has always been the case for us. So good to see that here today, and actually as a consistent thing throughout the season. Geiselhart back to Trout. He's got his man caught up, so he can pick a side and go. And he tries to. You can see he's looking to feed. Bouncing. Geiselhart to set a pick. A strange shot there from him. Will not go. Keeper saw that all the way through. And a quick attempt at transition here from Adrian. Their pole looking for someone to toss to. Doesn't find anyone. A quick feed. Good shutdown from Pate. Good awareness. They're looking to feed to the middle. Doesn't happen. Peters and Pate battling it out with Reed and Salvage. But Adrian comes up with it. Number 25, Barber, I believe, who picks up that ground ball. Horoff with a shot. Hassel on Matesic. Good use of that stick. Planting it, sitting it there, making sure he can't do anything and has to roll away. An off-footed drive. No flag is thrown. Pate with the GB. He's a monster when it comes to picking those up. So good check there by Ambrose. And now BW to clear. Good communication. The field is stretched, but the ball is not caught. And so it will be Adrian's. And they find Brand Horoff. Excuse me, not Brandon. Yeah, Brandon Horoff. But a quick turnover from them. So a little bit of unsettled activity going on here late in the third quarter. Whoever likely settles down is going to make the most of it. Less than 2 minutes to go. And BW with Hoover will run this out. A speedy Dodger, strong in his left hand. Ambrose now with it. Getting it back to Hoover. BW again operating in a pairs oftentimes. You'll see that crease guy, guide X, and then 4 up top who will often run picks, 2 kind of working with each other. Now kind of a 3-2-1-ish. There's a lot of motion, so sometimes it's hard to define. Hoover getting to the middle, rolling back, shot, good bounce, a little bit wide. Loving the bouncers from BW. Changing up that angle, changing up that plane, always makes it more difficult for keepers. I'm sure if Zach Knoll was here to speak on that, like he was last time at Denison, he could talk about just how annoying they are. But I'm solo in the booth today. Trout looking to go. Will not get it with the shovel attempt again. BW, a good opportunity to ride here. Allison making great contact. Hoff making the wise choice, throwing it back. Trying to stretch the field. Adrian's done a good job so far of avoiding any sort of riding situation from BW. And once again, they prove that to be the case. Again, BW normally good at riding, doesn't get it here. Horoff is a guy who seems to have a tank that just never goes empty. He's been sprinting up and down the field all night, having a part in the offense, playing on defense. I'm sure it's nice for Adrian to have a player like that. Ball up top. Looks like there was some interference being called off ball during that offense, so BW will end up with it. And a strange little substitution activity here, but BW ending up with the ball where they need it to be. And a strange shot from Trout will be going Adrian's way. Unsettled shots, not something I want to aim for. Especially, again, we're talking about possessions, but with 4 seconds left, the clock will run out. And now, we have 1 quarter left to play. The score, BW 12, Adrian College 7. The Yellow Jackets and the Bulldogs. 1 quarter left to go. We'll take this opportunity to let you guys know that tonight's game is being brought to you by City Barbecue. They're recently celebrating 25 years of competition quality barbecue. Now, if you've ever been to a barbecue competition, which I've actually had the pleasure of doing, I can tell you that is good stuff. I'm getting hungry just thinking about it, so we will transition to another read here. Let's thank the Oswald Company. They're risk and insurance leaders since 1893. So appreciate those guys for supporting our game. Again, you're listening to Yellow Jacket Lacrosse on bwyellowjackets.com. I am your host and your broadcaster tonight, JT Schroeder. And with 1 quarter left to play in this game, we thank you all for being here, listening, and joining in. Just a reminder, take the time now. We got a little break. Get your food, get your snacks, cozy up, adjust your blankets, wherever you're watching. Let's hope you're not driving a motor vehicle, but make sure you're prepared because a 5-goal game with 15 minutes left, who knows what could happen. BW on pace for success in this game, but the commentator's jinx is strong, so we will stay quiet about that. Adrian getting 3 goals in that quarter, BW 2. So, not a common theme, again, if we talked about quarters and BW's level of play, but the consistency has been there so far. Love to see BW get into more of that rhythm they had in the second quarter, and they were almost scoring goals on demand and really owning that possession time. And again, my goal for this BW defense, do not let them get to double digits. And so far, they're on pace to make that happen. BW, a good riding team, showing that now, mucking it up, trying to keep it in, leads to another ground ball battle towards the middle of the field. Clearing clock is winding down, but not really sure for who, based on how the possessions change back and forth. The ref's a little unsure as well, looking for some assistance on whose ball it might be. Fans weighing their opinion too, as if it was a democracy, and the loudest who yells gets the ball. But unfortunately, with the Zebras on the field, they're not going to care for the opinions being vocalized on the sidelines here. So it looks like it will end up with Adrian's ball. They have the first opportunity of this quarter to get on the board here and really try and climb back out of the hole they're in here. 5 goals in a lacrosse game, depending on the flow of the game, can be a lot, can be a little. In this game, I would say 1 goal has the value of 1 goal. Now, that sounds silly, but sometimes in low-scoring games, a goal has much more value. It could be worth 2 or 3 goals in another game. And other times, when you're running up close to the 20s in score for both teams, goals have a little less value. So in this game, though, I'd say 1 goal, pretty consistent. This is a kind of equates to 1 goal. Lacrosse 12-7 is pretty typical scoring. Wow. A diving shot. Trace Tidswell down the alley, gets tripped up, scores. Energy play for Adrian. You can see the bench is excited about that one. BW probably just needs to slide there, jam him a little bit earlier, force him out, but nonetheless a good finish for that Adrian player. And now a 4-goal game. Better back at the faceoff X, using that speed, getting it out, back to Frankovic. A big hit on Matessig, but he soaks it champion style and subs out to get a transition. BW needs to get some spacing here. Settle, settle, settle is what I say if I'm them. No advantage really by scoring a ton more goals. Everything to gain from holding the ball in your possession, really drawing out these times on offense, running out this clock. Again, now BW with 1 goal left to give up to meet my statistic of trying not to get double digits. And unfortunately, an errant pass will create a turnover there. Uncaused, which is something you never like to see on the stat book. Adrian will now clear. BW needs to get a good ride here. They will switch the field. Back to Horoff, who is an integral part of their clear. He gets it across, moves it comfortably. Some pressure. And the ball will now be BW's. So a good opportunity there. Saw that the pass was a little high. Jumped out to meet him. Had some interference, I believe. Geiselhart with some good awareness to stay on sides there. Peters carrying it. Looking to get it to an offensive player. Almost offsides, if not for a split second. And now BW getting their offensive folks back on the field. Again, possession, possession, possession. 3 minutes left in this game. Let's see what happens. A strange little pass for Fox, kind of slipped a guy, but again, we don't want to force things now. Space it out, take the time here to get a good look, something more reminiscent of the earlier half and some of the shots we've taken. Hoover will dodge hard, gets to the middle, looks up, shot, goal, boom. Love that speed at which he dodges. You can't tell if he's looking to dodge to score or dodge to pass. Sometimes you can tell a difference with players. With Hoover, you cannot. And he rips one. Beautiful placement on the run. Puts all of his strength into that. Again, a nickname among some players is Mini Pekka. You can see a high damage character in Clash of Clans and no doubt a high-powered shooter on the field. So the parallels are very, very, very strong. Back to the face-off X. BW 13, Adrian 8. Vetter goes early. It will be Adrian's ball. I want to see defense from BW clamp it up, lock it down right now. And I appreciate the intuition from Korber, getting out there, trying to get a takeaway on the pole, who recognizes that a pole-on-pole matchup is not so good and passes that off quick. So Adrian now with it. Matesic matched up against Selvage. Selvage with one, I believe, in this matchup. Excuse me, not Selvage. That would be Hassel. I stand corrected. That's a quick sub. Transitioning off Reed, who is a defensive player. Got caught on offense there. A play call from Adrian. Looking to set up what seems to be a pretty attack-heavy motion here. You can see all guys low, stack low, picks coming for sure. Getting it to Jonas, who shoots, goes wide. Will be Adrian's ball. Again, on those picks, got to deny that top side. Jonas, a capable shooter and a capable passer, so when he gets to the middle of the field, he's going to be looking everywhere. A wide shot, good contact there from Pate. Selvage, not much to roll with there. He gets top side, but Pate right in his gloves. BW still on defense, but good team defense. Shot clock winding down. 10 seconds now left for Adrian. A shot clock violation is definitely something you like to see on defense. Good push. Wide. Good contact from Frankovic. And now you can see Adrian starting to sub guys off. Just 5 seconds left. Likely going to do a pretty aggressive dodge here. And you'll see they do just that. Help needs to come in. Shot clock. Flag is thrown. It will be on it will be on BW. Owen Tafe. Something along the lines of probably playing without a stick as a result of some interference, but I'm not sure more specifically what the call was. Oh, I stand corrected. I'm not sure. Nope, it was Tafe in the box. Sorry, I saw Frankovic getting in there too, and I thought, hey, maybe it's him. But nope. Tafe with the call there. I think playing without his stick and some form of interference, likely a hold. So, man down unit out for BW. Key here, getting in those passing lanes. We've seen Adrian try and get a little crease sneak. Watch number 4 on that side. Jonas to shoot, bounces out off the pipe. Good take from him, but doesn't go. I'm sure he'd love to see more goals today. Just hasn't been happening for him. Watch 4 and 6. They're stacking up top, bouncing it back and forth, seeing who can shoot. Shot goes over. Fans being vocal about what this offense should do. BW defense needs to rotate a little bit quicker. And good stick. Good stick from BW, keeping it in the passing lane. Some good pressure. Even now again. But just as they equalize, a goal from number 6, Austin Selvage. Through the contact, does a good job with placement. Sometimes, even when you're back to even, coming out of an unsettled or man-up situation, that offense is close enough to where they catch a ball, they're comfortable shooting right away. Selvage does just that. Score is 13-9. Again, I'd love to see BW defense with single digits. Will it happen? Only time will tell. Face-off loss from Zool. A fast break opportunity. Shot from Selvage again. A good save from Schultz. I believe he bounced that one wide off his stick. And now Adrian going in transition. From Jonas to Hassel to Horoff, who's played so much of this game. I'd love to see his minutes by the end of it. Two-way player so far. Climbing up, Tidswell, who had one earlier while falling. Definitely a capable scorer. Shot off the pipe. Adrian in a 2-3-1, but they've been having the opposite side sit pretty low on goal line extended, those opposite side attackmen. I think so they can come up, catch shots right on the island, get good looks off dodges. Ambrose makes some contact with Tidswell. It's back up top. Good poke from Hinkson. We like that pressure. Makes those passes harder. Winiger down the middle. Shot off the pipe. I couldn't tell you how many off the pipes Adrian has had today. I'm sure they will take a look back at this game and say if only all of those went, it would be a much closer game. But we don't play lacrosse based off if onlys. An errant pass from Ambrose, or from Peters to Ambrose. It will go out. Not a good clear from BW. Not what you want to see. Game getting into those closing minutes, and again, we need more consistency than that. Score, only a 4-goal game. Adrian is a capable team, has a capable offense. We've seen it so far in this third quarter. We really need to shut them down. And now some miscommunication. Shot from Adrian does not go. Schultz saw it all the way. But someone needs to pick that guy up a whole lot faster. There was some pointing, there was some communication about it, but no one picking up the ball is never a good sign for defense. To Ambrose. Ambrose gets across. Dodgen doing a good job getting only open. I thought he might almost back cut there, but a little V cut doesn't happen nonetheless. BW up top. 7 minutes, 30 seconds left. 50 seconds on this shot clock. Plenty of time left in this game for both teams to put some goals on the board. And this could be a close one. I certainly hope not, but BW looking in some rough shape in this fourth quarter so far. On track with how it's been statistically so far this season. We need them to finish. Allison with an ambitious shot through contact. Well defended. Keeper right there and reading. Not the best look. And again, this decision making late in this game, we need it. And now, to tack on to that, an offsides from BW. We'll get the takeaway, but it will be staying Adrian's ball as a result. Unfortunate and sloppy. It's crunch time, BW. We need you to lock in. Our man down unit back on the field. Again, Adrian has shooters, have bounced multiple shots off the pipe in recent offensive possessions, is comfortable shooting, knows where to place it. A man down this late in the game could swing the momentum. Not what we like to see. We need BW to paint a better picture of what these next 7 minutes, 6 and some change, are going to look like. Winiger to start up top. To Jonas. Those three working off each other, looking to get that guy on the corner open, looking to get some motion to cycle through. Shot from Winiger, won't go. Some extracurriculars from Winiger and Prasowski, but nothing comes of it, thankfully for both teams. BW doing a good job getting on hands, covering the middle. Looks like they're in a 5-man rotation. Watch 31 to shoot. Jonas to shoot. Goes wide. Again, he's a comfortable shooter. 29, now 30 goals in the season, at the very least. So he knows how to do it. Rotation, being strange. Fox gets up there to contest. A quick look at the clear to Korber. A goose. Flag is thrown. I'm sensing some frustration from Adrian's team, and it looks like that's manifesting in some sloppy penalties. What the call is, I'm not so sure. 8 in the box, I believe. Yes, looks like 8 in the box. Alec Winiger. That likely be some sort of contact. Certainly isn't offsides as he is a midi, but unfortunate waste of an offensive man-up possession for Adrian, and BW gets saved. Now an even 5-5 game. You see BW in no rush to push the ball or get any offensive looks. Up 4 goals, clock winding down. Now BW with an extra man will settle in to their man-up offense. Traditional 2-3-1. With some rotation. Always looking in that crease guy. Quick shot. Won't go. Is that the feed? Maybe. One thing I will say, though, is our crease guy, Geiselhart's doing a good job of filling space. Sometimes those crease guys sit right in the same spot, but he's getting up top, and wow. Sheely. A quick shot, quick release, finds that corner, low. That's his shot. Ian Sheely with it. Bennett Trout with the assist, of course, but that's what we like to see. Would love to see Sheely in this season start to get into more of a rhythm. Was a very heavy goal scorer last season. Again, taking advantage of that quick release. When he catches it, uses his body, shields himself, gets a shot. We need more of that from him. I'm certain he's capable of it. It'll just be about timing and his integration in the offense to some degree. A trip there or a push from behind called on Vetter. So Adrian with the ball. And some sloppy handling. Not what we want to see for them in crunch time. Leads to BW picking it right back up. Schultz with it now. Looking to get it over to Gregory, who picks it up. Great pass. Schultz has been on fire with his clears. Comfortable making that long pass. He puts it right where he needs it to go, and that's paid off a lot for BW. Now Trout getting to the middle. Won't see a goal out of it, but that's been one of his best dodges so far in this game. Had some early luck. Has been an assist master, but nothing. Great jam from these BW players. Dodgen and Gregory shutting him off. Allison down the middle. Great placement from Allison. BW, again, I love their riding. I love their speed. I love their aggressiveness there. Didn't go after sticks. They said, hey, you have to get through our bodies. And unfortunately, Adrian did not. Allison with the quick pickup after, I think, Dodgen and Gregory got the jam. He takes it in and a little loop over the top. Sometimes it's not about speed for these shots. It's about placement. And now 15-9 is the score. So it was once a 4-goal game is transformed into a 6-goal game. And with the time on the clock, Adrian has got to be frustrated on seeing a game that was close start to run away from them. It looks like now we have a flag on the field. What it was called for, I'm not quite sure, but I see Adrian is now man down. Could be some extracurriculars. Could be some late contact. I was too busy talking about how nice BW's right and goal was, so forgive me for those who are interested in exactly what the penalty was, but BW will now be up for this face-off. And despite an extra man, they do not pick it up. Korber to attack their face-off man. BW doing a good job locking off, letting Korber get this takeaway. A quick goose, a savvy way of kicking it out for this team. A quick overthrow. And Adrian would want that one back as well. Adrian not with many turnovers this game, but the ones they've had have been in really poor times. Late in this game, they've had a couple passes over that have just not gone their way. They haven't been able to get a handle on it or been overthrown, and that's really, really, really been difficult because BW has scored off of those. Sheely with it now. A quick clear in free space. Looks to take a shot, but says, hey, you know what? We're cool. We're chilling. Spring breeze is happening. Geiselhart with a quick feed off the pipe, or quick shot off the pipe from a feed on Trout. Doesn't go, but it was a good look. Good lift from Peters. Great ground ball from Jonas. He'll look to take it to the goal. Feeds, never mind. On to 20. 20 carries it through. Back to Jonas. That 20 is Ristow, excuse me. To 1, who's caught with a trailer. A good check from behind. Flack streaking up the field here with Matesic. 1 back. BW now set up. 3 minutes left to go. Trout shooting. Saved. Ball bounces out. Flag battling for it now. Gooses it to Trout. Good work. Timeout call. Tatro wants to let these guys know, hey, let's take a second. We got some time. Not much, but we got 60 seconds. There's 2:55 on the clock. Let's get a really good look if we're going to get one at all. Okay? I would happen to agree. BW doing the things they need to do in this matchup so far. Could it be cleaner? Yes, but that could be said of every single game. So far, the consistency has been there. There was one streak from Adrian, but defense playing as a whole has been a whole lot better. When they're getting sticks on gloves, it's making it difficult for this Adrian team who's comfortable passing, comfortable moving the ball a lot to really get into some sets and get into the movement that they want. That's really all I have to say. We're at a timeout, so of course I'd like to thank some folks for supporting, letting you know that tonight's Yellow Jacket lacrosse game is being brought to you by Barron Bus Lines. They're the official charter bus company of Yellow Jacket Athletics. They were driving us everywhere during spring break, so we appreciate that. Don't forget Mike's Bar and Grill. They're in downtown Berea. Great place before or after any Yellow Jacket event. I can second that. I've been there a couple times. They have excellent food, good atmosphere, and good drinks. So keep that in mind if you're in town watching one of our games in person, which I invite you all to do. Don't forget to stop by Mike's. So big thanks to those folks for supporting us. They're a strong part of our community, and it's fun to have them involved. 2 minutes, 55 seconds left. BW coming out of a timeout, telling our offensive guys likely, hey, let's settle in. Let's get a good look. We have shot clock time. We have game clock time. We're up. There's no rush here. Kuhnman in the quarter matched up against Woroff. Back up top. Eli Armstrong, freshman player we haven't seen much of so far. So it's nice to see him out on the field. Allison, dodging hard down the alley. He was looking worse for wear earlier this game, hobbling a little bit, so it's nice to see him back up and being comfortable on that leg. And he will go to goal and score. Clean, swift movement, right to where he wanted to go. Great shot placement. You can see, might have taken in a place where the sun don't shine, but pain is temporary. Goals and stats are eternal. So I'm sure he'd take that trade any day of the week. A great move from him. A good opportunity. If you're a young person, take a look at that redodge. He saw his first look down the alley. Might not have been exactly what he wanted. So he took his guy to X. He bounced out. He got some space again. And he said, hey, let's make it a foot race. A foot race that he was comfortable winning. Quick face off from Zool. Great work. Picks up the ground ball. Gets it back to his keeper. A textbook face off. Now we have 2 minutes left in this game. Schultz with an excellent pass. I've loved his clear so far. BW, in transition, will go off the post. We back it up. You'll see Grizovic in now. In for Allison, who needs a breather. Again, after taking a unwarranted shot. Let's hope he had the adequate and required protection for that one. We have Hoover, Denise, and Holcomb up top for our midi line. Holcomb again, a newer face to this contest so far. Been in a couple of times. Let's hope and see if he can get a shot or a good movement out of him. Always love to see new players get in and get involved. BW, again, a deep, deep roster. All these players handpicked by a coaching staff who I have complete faith in. Always like to see new people shine and show what they can do and show why they're here.
Hoover with a roll dodge. Gets jammed well by Horoff. Says, let's do it again. Gets to the middle of the field this time. Good feed. Denise. Shot. Goal. And a late hit from Reed. Soaking it. You can see. Justin Denise. Excited about that one. Had an assist earlier in the game. But now it's his time to score. And judging by the celebration, likely his first one of the season, you can see the excitement from the team. It's nice to have him be supported. An excellent shot, good play, fantastic work from everyone involved there. A hard dodge leads to an open shot. That's textbook lacrosse. That's what you want. So great work from everyone involved there. The timing, the placement of the pass, you name it. Great work. Now we'll see. BW, because of the late hit, will now start with the ball on offense again. This man-up unit doing solid today. You can see some newer faces, too, on this man-up unit. We have Sheely. We have Holcomb again. And we have Carter Oshman. He's a freshman, attacking midfielder. And he's out. And it looks like BW will hold the ball for these last seconds. No rush, no pressure. Adrian, a man down. BW, a man up. They have all the time in the world. Some late game antics. Of course, we like to see people play into the final whistle, and Adrian will start to apply some pressure, but with an extra man for BW, based off that late contact, this game is finished. So BW 17, a hefty number. Nice to see a lot of folks involved. Some new faces on scoring. There's a lot of different people putting in goals. No one person stands out, and sometimes you need to have that star, but today it wasn't necessary. Everyone involved did a really good job. BW searching for that win after two tough, close losses on spring break. They will find it against Adrian. Score is 17-9. Super happy to the defense, too. They finish in single digits for the first time this season. Only 9 goals allowed against a team that moves the ball well, that has scores. And so they will go into conference play 4-4, 3-1 at home and 1-3 away. BW will be playing Wilmington on the 22nd. That's this Saturday. And that's the first game of OAC play again. So it's conference time, ladies and gentlemen. We have some tough rivalries, some tough matchups coming. Teams that know what we do, know our identity, and will give us a run for our money. So some exciting games to come. I have been your commentator for today, JT Schroeder. It's been a pleasure to be in the box with you here. I'll be signing off now, and please